Do 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 da 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 da. Hey, howdy, hey, Forest Rangers. Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's doing wonderfully this week. I really like it when you are all happy. I don't know who watches these videos, but everyone deserves to be happy. So, let's start off by I'm just totally going to make an excuse for why I'm wearing this right now, but I couldn't think of a good one. Except it's 80s Music Week, and so it totally makes sense that I'm wearing this shirt. And my hair is like schwa. Doesn't actually make sense at all. And it is technically 80s Music Week, but I didn't realize that until like 2 hours ago. But I have been listening to the Footloose soundtrack nonstop since then, so I guess maybe when I was getting dressed for this video, I wasn't getting dressed for this video. I don't get dressed for these videos. I just shoot them when I remember that I have a story to tell the world. But whatever. So today's story is really, really stupid. So, I shoved tortillas in my boobs. That's the first part of the story. So the other week, when we were at Taco Tuesday, which is a thing that we do on Tuesdays that involves eating tacos, one of my friends was like, does anybody want these tortillas? And she like held them up. And like my first response, for some reason, was to reach out for them and then shove them in my shirt. And everybody kind of got weirded out and were like, well, I guess I don't want the tortillas. And I was like, hey, I get tortillas. This is pretty chill. And so every week since then, it's kind of become a thing. People are like, hey, does anybody want tortillas? And I'm just like, shwa, phew. And it's a thing that happens, and we accept it and move on. And so today, as always, somebody was like, does anybody want my tortillas? And I was like, of course I want your tortillas, and so I put them in my shirt. But it's fine when I do that around people that I know, because people that I know are like, oh, well, Sarah, she puts stuff down her shirt. It happens all the time. Every once in a while I can be seen, like, scavenging for Skittles. It's just a thing that happens. And so it wasn't a big deal that there were tortillas in my shirt, but, like, I ate, and I forgot about the fact that there were tortillas in my shirt. So I went to get a refill on my drink. And this guy was just, like, staring. And normally, like, it's one of those things, like, you can totally tell when a guy is, like, looking at your boobs because he's not, like, looking at your eyes, because he's always like, that's a wonderful story, right. And so it's one of those things you just don't, it makes you feel uncomfortable, and so, like, I didn't even know the kid, and he was just, like, stare, and I was just like, you know, that's really cool and all, but you should totally not do that anymore, because it's not very nice, and it's kind of offensive that you're, like, blatantly staring at my boobs. Like, do it clandestinely from your corner, whatever, but don't, like, stand in front of me and stare. And he was just like, tortilla. And I was like, what? Like, you're not even gonna respond? And so, like, I got angry. I didn't get, like, super angry, but I was kind of like, you know, you really should have something to say. You could say you're sorry, blah, 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 whatever. And then he was like, you have tortillas in your boobs. And then I was like, I do. I'm really sorry that I just, like, lectured you about not staring at people's boobs while there's, like, a package of tortillas shoved in mine. So that was awkward, so I got my drink, and I went back, and I sat down, and that was weird. It's a thing that happened, and I felt really bad about it afterwards, because it's a really not nice thing to do, just to, like, yell at somebody for looking at your boobs, and then to realize that, like, oh, he was just looking at the tortillas that I had shoved in my boobs. Well, that's fascinating. And so that's what happened to Taco Tuesday today. I'm also reading a book, sort of, kind of, and it was in my purse, and a friend of mine was like, hey, you left your purse in my apartment, and I was like, oh, I gotta go get my purse. And so when I got back, I was talking to somebody, and I was like, oh, it's okay, I just totally had to go retrieve some personal items from a guy's apartment, without really thinking about the fact that I just told somebody that I had to go retrieve some personal items from a gentleman's apartment, because you don't really say that out loud. You're not like, so then I had to go pick up some things from my gentleman friend's house, and not expect things to go, like, poorly. And so I felt really stupid after I said that. But it was just a book and a purse and a laptop, so don't freak out, anybody. So yeah, that's how my day went, and that's kind of how my week's been going. It's just been pretty chill. My room, as you can probably tell, is a complete and total disaster area, but that's because tomorrow's Housewife Wednesday, so I'll clean everything up just fine. And I guess I will see you in an eventual sense. So, I should have done the Imperial March.